Warning! The following audio may contain coarse language and other material that may not be suitable for a younger audience. Viewer discretion is advised. Also, we may spoil anything and everything, so you have been warned.
I was also making a statement by doing the J-Taku members first.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Jeanne
Don't
from...
get ahead of yourself.
Jeanne from Extra Jeanne's Jeanne Anime Appraisal P.
Yeah.
Or just Jeanne P for short.
Okay, so how are we doing this? Everybody's here, everybody's recording, everybody hey,
Yes.
everybody hey.
Hi.
Everybody
Hey.
hey.
Yes,
Hi.
we'll all behave.
Everybody hey.
Hi.
Hey.
So I'm the one that's doing the intro, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm nervous.
Why are you nervous?
Because I don't know. I just don't want to fuck it up.
You never do the fucking intros.
No, Jeanne did it once, but she screwed it up.
Yeah.
Would it make you feel better, Jeanne, if we went like balls deep into this conversation, like right now? And by that, I mean we'll just forego the intro and assume that we're already starting right now?
No.
Would that make you feel better?
No.
Too bad!
Because, like, the intro needs to be done and over
on this
with.
topic, we're talking about Madoka Magica Rebellion.
Woo, Madoka!
And we'll go to da-da-da-da. Jeanne, tell us your thoughts about Madoka Magica Rebellion and why
Yes, Jeanne.
you think this way.
Did you think it was great?
Huh?
Did you think it was amazing?
Did you?
No.
Did you?
No, I hated it.
Jeanne said no.
Controversy.
Set this up with controversy.
Controversy.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to J-Taku.
That's it, guys. So with me today was Fiction Reviews, SICnanigans, Tristan,
We're
and Jeanne.
unprofessional as shit right now.
Yeah. Quickest podcast ever.
We're done.
Oh, there we go.
3 minutes.
Monica
We hope you
Magica Rebellion.
enjoyed,
It was a movie. We're done.
Okay, we should just intentionally make the podcast over 40 minutes just to fool everybody.
Yeah, but other than that, no, we're done. We're good.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah. It was a pretty good episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Like we talked about the show, we talked about what it was, and one of us gave our thoughts on it. So it's all good.
One of us.
We covered all of the bases.
Yeah, no, I think Jeanne is a pretty representative opinion of the whole group, so...
Well, not. Yeah.
With that being said...
Jeanne
Oh,
portrayed her
man.
thoughts much better than usually. So I'd say this one is a success.
That's it.
Success.
Oh, man.
Okay, what do you really think, Jeanne?
What do I really think of Madoka?
Yes.
Wait,
Okay.
we're
Wait.
are we actually?
No.
Wait, hang on.
Let's just intro,
Are we
please,
just
because
baiting now?
I'm not, like... Okay, we need to intro because then I feel like, okay, it's over. Because the intro is the hardest part for me. And I feel like once the intro is done...
But we could have totally went with that.
Yeah.
You ruined it.
Gee.
We're
I
gonna
ruined
win
everything.
it.
I
Best
know.
That's
B-roll
going, Jeanne. That's
ever.
going. You ruined this entire episode.
God damn it.
We can edit it.
And why do you want me to intro then? They won't
Okay.
work.
Alright, how I really feel about the Madoka movie.
Okay.
First off, I did not like the series. I am...
No, that's
I am the lesser opinion of the series.
Controversy.
Well, first off, if anybody hasn't seen the Madoka movie Rebellion, you shouldn't be listening to this podcast at all. You
Oh,
need
yeah.
to
Well,
at
you
least
shouldn't even
one,
be clicking this to begin with. To be fair.
Yeah.
Probably.
Why?
You should at
Frankly.
least watch the series. Of,
No. You need to watch the film.
You need to watch the series and the third movie at least.
Well, no, yeah, you need to first watch the series Pula Magi Madoka Magica, or watch the two movies, which is what are they called again?
Eternal Beginnings. Well, you don't have to.
Beginnings
They're
and
recap movies
Eternal.
technically.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
if you-
recap movies and they change things.
But if you haven't watched the series, then you should watch the first two movies.
No,
Or
you don't
watch
have
the
to.
series.
You
It
don't
takes
have
about the
to.
same
Yeah.
amount of time to watch either both two movies or the entire
I'd rather
series.
watch a series,
Okay.
honestly. Or,
Yeah,
or-
it-
Yeah, no, I would
basically,
recommend the series
the,
over the
um,
movies.
All I'm saying is,
The movies kind of cut out a lot of some important stuff in the
Yeah.
series.
Some
Alright,
of my
so
favorite stuff in the series.
I watched the series before. I only watched the series before watching the third movie, and the series as a whole I did not like. So I did not expect to like the Rebellion movie at all.
But you did.
I have mixed
Oh.
feelings about it. Okay.
Oh.
Well, if you
because-
hated the show...
Hmm.
If you hated the show,
Yeah.
you have mixed feelings about the
I didn't
I
hate
can
the
just
show,
feel
but I was
Tristan's
very...
eyes just glaring down at Jeanne right now.
Okay, I didn't
I'm just
hate the
curious
show.
here. I'm
I just
waiting to
didn't
hear
like
this.
it.
Okay.
And what I mean by I didn't like it is just I was very indifferent to it. I know that the majority of the people that have seen the series loved it.
Yeah.
Okay, and I was just not one of the people that loved it. I just thought it was a typical show. I didn't think anything great of it, and I didn't think anything horrible of it. To be honest, I think the main thing that killed me for the series was the main character, Madoka. I just felt like there was no progression for her through the series, and I felt like without any progression from the main character, I just don't see how a series can carry on without seeing changes in the main character. And
Well, I sort of agree with that, though I
Yeah.
would argue that by the end of the series, Madoka is not the main character.
No, the main
of the
character
show
is
anymore.
Homer at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah.
From the beginning,
Well,
Madoka was
yeah,
never the main
but-
character to begin with. It was Homer.
Yeah, but the
from
thing is,
start.
well, the show spends so much time with her as the main focus that it's hard to say that she's technically not the main character because Homura doesn't really kick in until like episode 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Out of
yeah,
13,
that's when the
so-
episodes.
Now,
That's when the episode.
That's when shit
in
hits
the
the
movie,
fan.
Yeah.
however,
That was a good episode.
Homura is the main character per
all
se,
time, yes.
but Madoka is still the main focus of the show.
Well, yeah.
It's not as bad because Madoka, I mean, we don't really need to see how she is in the show. She's just the plot. And that's
Okay.
the way she should be, is just the plot. But the thing is, going into the movie, at first I thought, man, it's just like a continuation of the freaking series. I'm fucking hating this. Because it
Okay.
was just like them being all cute, eating cake and defeating witches or nightmares or whatever the fuck they were doing. And then it's just like towards the middle of the movie, things actually started getting interesting for me.
Uh-huh.
And that at that point it was when Homura was starting to see that something was wrong in this world that they were in, and she was kind of realized that she was the problem in the fact of her being the witch. I got that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was
So,
a witch.
The realization that she was the witch, and she was the witch because of what happened to Madoka.
She
Now-
turned me into a newt.
Basically.
I got better.
I got better.
Right. That took me by surprise. And then I liked the message that was underneath it, where it was to the point that like Homura loved Madoka so much as a friend that she went through that much despair to actually become a witch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sooin's favorite word. Sooin's favorite emotion, despair. But
It's Mosta!
I would say as a whole, besides that little message in between, it just kind of changed again at the ending. And I just thought, I don't know. It was just, I felt the same way as I did about the series. I'm just indifferent to it.
I guess that's kind of the thing. It's if you have particular feelings for the series, like if you liked it, you might probably like Rebellion. If you maybe, yeah. If you didn't like it, Rebellion might kind of be a difficult thing for you to watch. Though it's not to say that might not.
Well, it really
might
depends
not
on
like
the
To be
mindset.
fair, I would question that if you didn't like the show, why the hell are you watching the movie in the first
to be
place?
fair, yeah. Because if anything, like the people that didn't really like the show, I feel like they can give the ending some credit, and I don't know why they would want to even ruin it at that point.
Yeah.
But is there anyone here that liked the series and didn't like the movie, or didn't like the series but liked the movie?
Well, I'm sort of on your boat in this one, Jeanne.
Okay.
I
Controversy.
am largely I'm actually no. I don't hate Madoka. Like I think it's a good piece of writing, for the most part. But I couldn't fully get attached to it. Whereas when I watched the movie, I went with sort of low expectations. But when I got towards the ending, I thought it was pretty fucking awesome, despite how shoddy the writing is in the latter half.
Okay.
In
Now,
the end,
can you
Yeah.
go into detail what changed your mind?
I think of how Homura was willing to just take action just for herself.
So it was the twist.
Yeah, I would say it's the twist. pretty
The
much.
twist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the
let's
twist.
not Let's
No,
not get to that until
the thing
a
is,
little later.
the thing is,
I don't know.
Urobuchi's
I just
known
feel
for-
like Homer and Madoka should just get married and have babies.
Yeah.
That was the feeling I got.
Excuse you, that's Sayaka and Kyoko?
Well, not the well. Exclude the babies, but if they made it, if they made it canon, I think that would have saved them a lot more time. Because
Okay.
What do you mean if
okay.
they made it canon?
yeah, if they made it canon, that would have made things a lot more easier. Because they didn't make it official.
Yes, it is. Until they make another series.
Yeah.
Rebellion is
Or
canon.
movie
Because
or whatever.
what I thought they should have done was take the first 10 to 15 minutes of the first half, then stick it onto the latter so that they could have more time to maybe explain themselves and develop the story more.
See, so basically it was... You think because we saw more into, like, the character of Homura is maybe why you liked the Madoka film more than the series itself?
No, it's rather that Homura was being selfish for her sake. I think she was finally. Yeah,
Finally.
because
Well, technically, she was being selfish the entire time.
yeah, she
It's
is
just that-
selfish, but
But she just succeeded. Basically.
no,
Well,
no, she technically succeeded in the TV series, except that
Yeah.
Madoka
Well, she
no,
didn't-
like
she
the
didn't
only
actually-
she got
His-
everything that she wanted except for the physical satisfaction or the satisfaction of physically having the person that she loves there with her.
Right.
So
Yep.
with that in mind, like that's kind of what made the ending of the series. Granted, it felt incomplete. I saw your review, Tristan.
The ending of Madoka, the series, is very bittersweet,
Yeah.
but it is an
It's
ending.
yeah.
There is sort of a completion there. It's not the ending that she probably would have wanted, but
But it's
considering
the
all
one
the
she was
shit
willing
she went
accept.
through,
Yeah.
it was one that I was willing to accept.
Yeah.
Right.
But the twist in the film, like I can kind of accept it in that it makes sense, but I do really feel like it was entirely out of character for her.
Out of character. I don't know.
I
I don't
wouldn't
agree.
say that,
I don't
actually.
agree with that. Just because I feel like everything that like all of the motivations that she had for making the decision to just grab Madoka out of what happened, like that whole like change in this universe, like her reasoning behind doing that, was just because of like her holding it in for so long.
Well, that's the thing. It's like
Excuse me.
we can explain away exactly why she did what she did because we can say, well, she snapped.
Yeah.
Right.
But if it wasn't for the fact that she snapped, everything else doesn't really make sense.
I mean, is that not enough?
Well, it's because throughout the series, she never wanted to, like, harm or... It's not... She wasn't... Well, as we talked about before, she wasn't selfish in the series. She wanted a good ending for basically her and her friends. By the end of the movie, though, she's basically said, fuck the friends, I just want Madoka. I don't even care if Madoka agrees with this. I'm taking her anyway. Because Madoka wouldn't agree with it.
I'll agree with Tristan in that it does kind of come out of nowhere. But at the same time, I do agree with Ken and Sooin how it's like, this was a natural progression. The only thing that was missing was the natural progression part of it, because we don't even know how long...
Wait, but why is it called natural progression then?
It's not a natural it's like... Well, it's like a progression, but it's progression. It's just not a natural progression. It's
Yeah.
By the way, this is what
It's
we're
very-
doing. Go
it
with
was-
it, progression.
It was
like,
a
you could tell it was very convoluted towards the end.
Yeah.
Let me clarify what I just said. This was something that was bound to happen. This was unavoidable. What we were missing was the lead up to it, because the number one thing for me is that we have no idea how long it's been between the series and the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Yeah.
number one thing. This could have been like years and
Could've been
years
months.
apart,
On,
and we would
Yeah.
not know.
on that note, I actually when I was
Technically, they are still in the
rewatching.
same age.
I would assume it wasn't
No,
years and years.
it's in the same age because they're still in middle school.
Yeah, it could be even
Yeah.
days,
Well-
but you really
Well,
don't know.
That
Well,
I have
actually,
to-
no, that's not true.
Yeah, I have to argue
that's
that.
not necessarily true.
What I
'cause-
kept wondering, right, when I was rewatching this, was how did we get from the end of the series, like the end of the series, you know, like when when Homer is like walking in that desert-looking scene with the wings, like when did we, how long, or how did we get there from there? Sorry, my English is like getting really jumbled up. From there to where we were in the beginning of the movie.
No, yeah, exactly.
That's
Wait, are you
like-
talking about in episode 12 of the series?
Yeah.
Okay, because what actually happened was Urobuchi, who wrote it, didn't mean to have wings in the TV series, but so when he saw it for the first time, he noticed that the animators took a creative approach to it, I guess you could say. Because Rebellion was never meant to be a sequel to begin with. He was only joking.
No.
Yeah.
He never wanted Urobuchi. From what I've read, Urobuchi didn't seem to really want to continue the series. Even in the Blu-ray notes that I have, he feels like the story as a whole is less and less in his control. Like, it's not really his decision on what happens with it anymore. He just kind of writes for it.
It's definitely become a being of its own.
Yeah. Right. But it's the kind of thing of where, because he wasn't planning on a sequel, the fact that they made one anyway kind of makes it iffy on its own.
Yeah, it is iffy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to think that this movie doesn't need to... It's like that thing where it doesn't need to exist, but the fact that it exists...
we have to accept.
Yeah, we have to. Well, one can choose not to.
And there's going to be probably sequels after this.
If there isn't, if there isn't anything else after this movie, they fucked up really bad.
Okay, but they made this continuation for the fans. But I mean, what does the majority think of the movie itself? Are they happy that it's there?
I don't
Or do they feel the same way that we do?
Ken.
I think the majority opinion is that a lot of people like the fact that it exists, but would be very pissed off if it didn't continue past this point.
Actually, we can go even better than this, because Ken saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
So he can tell you what people thought of it.
The funny thing, right? So
he saw it twice, actually.
Yeah, I did actually. So the end.
Oh, what a dedicated fan.
The end. I am. The end happened, right?
Yeah.
And then there's like the little like extra stuff, and then credits. And the first thing that you hear from the crowd, because it's just dead silence at that point, the first thing you hear is, "What the fuck was that?"
Oh my god!
No, like you know those, like, they gave away pencil boards, right? In the before they showed the movie to the audience, and the first thing that I hear outside the door is, "Who wants a Homer one?" Like, I think people were more or less, they were, I mean, I don't know if they were able to kind of figure out if they liked the movie or not, but they definitely weren't content with what happened with Homura.
The other thing is that reaction is just like the base gut reaction. Like, I hated the thing when I finished it, but I just needed to really just sit down and think about it.
Yeah, no, because like I had to drive an hour from the movie theater to my apartment, and
you did this twice.
Yeah. No, well, I watched it once in Buffalo, and I watched it once here in the city. I got a chance to think about it on the way home the first day, and I understood most of it. But there were some things that I was a little spotty with, but generally I just wasn't happy with what happened with Homura, to the point where I felt like I didn't like the movie. But after a second screening, I was able to understand it a little bit more, see where Homura was coming from, a lot more clearly. Like, basically everything, like, in regards to the motivation, I understood more clearly, and as a result, I guess I liked the movie a lot more the second time, more than I did the first time.
This is the thing, though. I wish the movie was dubbed, so I could focus on the screen rather than just looking down on the text, and I couldn't keep up with it at some point.
Did you watch it in theaters, Sooin?
I actually did.
Okay.
I watched the first two movies in theaters, but I didn't get to see the third.
Let's just say it was very mixed.
Yeah. My friend that sort of knows Japanese, he was with me the first time I watched it. And I mean, I obviously had to look at the subtitles, so I wasn't able to watch it for the visuals as much as I would have liked to. But he managed to pick up on a lot of visual cues, and a lot of visual symbolism that I wouldn't have gotten regardless, because apparently, like, some things were, like, rooted in, like, history or mythology or something. I can't name them specifically because I don't normally look out for those
astrology
things. But he was able to pick up on them, and I guess he got more out of it than I did. He was more or less surprised because he's not like a huge Madoka fan like I could be sometimes.
Yeah,
but he definitely liked it from what he saw, just because of stuff like that. Like, he's able to get stuff out of it. I think if you go into no expectations like Sooin did, you probably
would have a bit of a better time. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, because you love the series, didn't you, Tristan?
Yeah, well, yeah, actually, yeah.
Actually, what did you guys think of the art style?
I liked
more polished
and
in the
actually,
series.
Here's the thing.
God. We're gonna have an
when
argument.
When the first series ended, well, this doesn't really have to do with the art style, but it reminded me of this. Because the same art style is used in a slice of life series known as Hidamari Sketch. Don't know if anybody's seen that.
Yes.
No.
Either way, I remember when the series ended, I can't remember if it was Urobuchi who said it or if it was Shinbo who said it, but one of them said that when the series ended, what they wish they could do is make kind of a, not a sequel, but kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like an alternate universe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
An alternate universe where it actually was a slice of life show with those characters.
Yeah,
instead
I'd watch
of,
that.
you know,
yeah.
the darkness. And I didn't really think that would have fit back then. But now I'm sitting here going, I wouldn't mind watching that.
With the first hour of with the first hour of the movie, it's like, you know what? I'd actually probably sit down and watch this.
I would actually like to watch a legit magical girl series that doesn't have the, Madoka mindfuck.
The thing is that, like, I feel like I had this kind of void with Madoka Magica. It's like, the series, I felt like, I would have liked to have seen more slice of life. Granted, I was really content with it, of course.
The first, 45 minutes of the movie was like that,
I just wanted to see, the cute side of it, which, granted, the show did have at certain points, but it wasn't, like, as, like, full-blown as, like, the first half of the movie.
Yeah.
And also, like, some people might give the first half of the movie flack, but as someone that wanted to see that, I was pretty happy with it. I think, like, overall, like, for me personally, I found so much in this movie that I like that I can't... I just really like it. I like overall.
So there we have it. Well, we have Ken who does like it.
I spent a good amount of money on my copy of the film, so I don't regret spending the money that I spent.
Yeah. Okay.
I just thought the art style was like so clunky, especially in the backgrounds.
The backgrounds are always kind of odd.
You should have seen the...
No,
wait,
it's not the fact that it's odd. I
okay.
thought that was heavy-handed. Like, there was just way too much.
Are you talking about the movie or the series?
The Rebellion.
And if you're talking about the...
Rebellion.
Oh, okay.
Rebellion, strictly.
Because, if you think that was bad, you should see the broadcast version of the actual series. That had wonderful background.
No, what I specifically meant was the, I guess the surrealist art style. Mm-hmm. Like the Witch Realm and stuff, like I thought that was way too clunky.
Oh, you mean the stop motion stuff?
Yeah, like the live action collage cutouts, etc.
Yeah.
Oh, that was just way too much for me. Like, no, like, okay. Does anyone remember the magical girl transformation sequence at the beginning?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my god, that's when I wanted to fucking quit.
That was dragged out so much.
I
thought I was going through like an epilepsy.
Actually,
I thought I was going through
epilepsy. To be fair, I don't think it was dragged out at all. When you consider the fact that in a traditional magical girl series, the first time you ever see the transformation sequence, it's a lot like...
It's the full entire thing.
It's a lot less noticeable because it's only one of them. Because you only get one at a time because they spend like an entire episode on that character and then it's the whole big reveal. They get their transformation sequence.
Right.
And then further down the line in the series, when they all transform at once, either they have it in like a 4 or 5 square or they just... cut it up and chop it up and make it so that everybody transforms, but it takes the length of one. Yeah. In the movie, none of them had ever actually truly had a transformation sequence.
Well, yeah,
so
you
they
just
had to do
see their
a full-on transformation sequence.
Well,
no.
Didn't they do in the first episode when not the first episode, the first movie when Mommy was revealing herself as a witch for the first time?
Mommy was the only one that had it, but nobody else had one ever.
Yeah.
Everybody else was just kind of snap fingers, they're done.
But the thing is, like, it gets to the point where it blends with both the foreground and background. Like, does anyone remember the Hitomi nightmare scene? In the third movie?
The cake.
Yeah.
Or not,
like,
not cake.
I wouldn't, like Hitomi herself was, like, a collage also, and the background was also collage, so I had no idea what was going on. It's like, then what's the point of it? Like, if they were made 2D, like Baby or Charlotte, like that would have been fine, but it just got to the point where I thought that they took way too many creative liberties and they just dropped the ball for a bit.
Blame Shimbo for that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not Shimbo.
Macaco
but
shitty
probably
actors.
Shimbo. But probably Shimbo.
Yeah,
Shots fired.
I'm fine with it, so it's just kind of like, whatever, I'll take it.
Yeah, I never had any problem with the animation personally. I liked it because it's not standard.
I mean that
Or what I consider to be
that
standard.
fight scene
It's
though.
very
That
jarring.
fight scene though.
Oh god. Oh my god. That
So
was,
much,
that
so
was
beautiful.
really good.
Oh, I love it so much.
No, I
I'm
liked it
biased,
because
but
it made me feel so much better about Mommy, because Mommy is my favorite character in the series, and well, I don't believe she got gypped in the
Stop getting
Wait, wait,
ahead
wait,
of
wait.
yourself.
Oh yeah. Don't lose my head. I get it.
don't lose your way.
But
Oh god.
But while I don't think she ever got gypped in the series because she was given a backstory as quick as it was,
Yep.
I do feel like she got very gypped in the 2 movies because her entire character was just cut from the films. And I was very disappointed in that. But it made up for the fact that she had a kick-ass battle scene in the 3rd movie.
Right.
It proved that she was not completely useless at what she does, though.
I think
Now, because of that, looking back on that moment in episode 3, I'm like, how did she fuck that up?
Yeah. It's just like, oh, this tiny little thing? Okay. Smoke.
Boom,
And it's like,
and it's dead. We're good. Oh,
No, yeah,
now
she
it's
had
a
a good
big,
3 seconds.
gigantic-
the thing is,
fuck
right?
away.
Like Homura's like ability to freeze time is just a fucking cheat code. Like,
yeah.
like it's great because like there's at one point where like there's just bullets everywhere.
Yeah.
And then
And they just hit all at the same time.
yeah, it's
Oh my
it's
God.
nuts. Like that made it like a lot more epic than like it probably could have not been.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
It's-
that was one of
it's
those
intense.
instances where Homer's power was used to good animation use.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love
Instead
it.
of just teleportation.
Yeah.
Besides
Actually,
that-
how did you feel about the characterization in the 3rd movie regarding like Sayaka, Kyoko, Kyubey, and I guess Mommy? to
Well,
an
really,
extent?
none of them really changed. None of them
Yeah.
got any development. The only ones that got development,
What?
well, it's mainly Homura because of the twist, and Mommy got a bit because she had a bit more interaction with Bebe,
Yeah.
and then, or Nagisa's character just kind of came out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
Cute though. So
I didn't
mean,
understand
whatever.
that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, she looks.
Moe
I
Chen.
actually like the character. I just wish that because she's a new character and we have no idea who the fuck she is, for the most part, I wish that we had more time with her. She just kind of seemed shoehorned in, which is my problem.
Yeah, because presumably, she went through the whole law of cycles thing. She was a magical girl. She presumably has the story behind her, but we just don't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just kind of there, and we just kind of have to accept it. And I'd probably be fine with her if I knew more about her, because out of what I saw, I liked of her.
Yeah.
But it wasn't much.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Like,
It's just like...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, because, when we first see her, which was fucking, like... Actually, was it at, like, the very beginning when they're fighting the first nightmare when we see...
the first time we see actual Nagisa is right after the mommy fight.
Not actual Nagisa, just Charlotte.
Yeah. You see her in the...
she shows up at the
Yeah,
very
that's
beginning.
around
She's
the-
hanging
Yeah,
around
very
on-
beginning.
He told me,
And
the nightmare.
I can when I first saw that personally, I was just like, I had to pause the movie because I was just like, okay, back the fuck up.
Yeah, that is like...
What's Charlotte doing
Yeah, right?
here?
Exactly. But,
And we don't get an explanation as to why she's there, because other than actually fighting Charlotte, Homura never knew Nagisa at all.
No.
No one did.
Nope.
So
the biggest thing
how is she in this delusion?
The biggest thing is, like...
Because she was dragged
Yeah,
in,
it's
because,
just-
well, Madoka Sanarin is basically what
I mean,
it
it's
was.
basically
Oh.
She
just...
sent her and Sayaka in.
It's just like... I guess the writers just being like... Whatever.
I don't care.
We'll need another good
Give
key
them what they want.
Yeah, why not?
We need another merchandising
Yeah.
material.
Yeah, we need
Yes.
we need to sell
So
more
let's
Figmas.
let's milk mommy. No pun intended.
That was the best thing you could have
It's
said.
funny
Jen.
because she has the biggest breasts in the entire show.
It's funny because you made it obvious.
Yeah, with the whole let's walk towards the camera and take off this towel.
Oh my god.
They didn't show anything. Ken was very sad.
No. You really think they would? They weren't gonna show shit.
Oh my god.
Fun times.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, so, we're a half hour in or so. I think it's finally time we really get to the meat and bones of this discussion. The ending.
Yes.
So
we've been we've been hinting
here's
at
a
it,
question.
but now
Here's
we
a question.
Need to
I didn't get
it.
this feeling. I didn't get this feeling from actually watching it, but from what I've read, people seem to think this is the case. At the very, very end, like last seconds before the finale comes up, we see Homura fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do people think that she's dead?
I definitely don't think she's dead.
Wait. Did people actually think that she's dead?
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
why I'm bringing this up, because I saw that and I was
it's
just
not
like,
like,
how
you
is
know,
she dead?
I don't know,
That-
stop time and just climb back up.
That last bit there was,
And she kind of
she's-
owns the
relevant.
universe.
She's kind of God. Like,
yeah.
She's kind of
Well, not
Lucifer
God. She's
in a
kind of
way.
Yeah.
devil.
You know, I
Satan?
don't know. She can just do whatever the fuck she wants.
Hey yo,
now.
what the fuck? Did you just
She
become
just-
the devil?
Rewrote the whole
Basically,
fucking
yeah.
universe. If she can rewrite the whole fucking universe,
Oh god, but that one scene where Homer was sitting on the chair and there was a half moon in the background, I thought that was beautiful symbolism.
Yeah.
I just wish that they could have applied more to that rather than just info
Yeah, that
dumping
scene.
and
that scene was
just
not
killing everything.
and
pretty much.
At all.
Sayaka got shafted again.
Yeah.
Well, Gen did
Except
say
in-
that he's not done bullying Sayaka.
No,
Nope, not
Never.
At all.
No.
So obviously, Tristan, we know that from your review, you're not the happiest person about the ending. What about?
I'm not the happiest person about the ending, but I can accept the ending. It's the kind of thing of where I'm okay with it because I can rationalize it in my head
Yeah.
of why it happened. I wish it went a different way. I wish Urobuchi was able to write it the way he wanted to.
Yep.
But if we don't get more,
like
I'm gonna be very pissed off.
Really?
If this turns into a Spice and Wolf 2, I am seriously gonna have to kill someone.
It's
Now,
funny because I
I'll-
love the ending the way it is, and they better not make a sequel
oh,
after this.
Sooin.
What, for
I
Spice and Wolf
agree
2?
with
No, Madoka
of
Rebellion.
and I
this.
agree with
Oh, okay.
Sooin.
Yeah. Open
I
ended.
would be so fine with no more Madoka after Rebellion.
You see-
I would
Okay,
be
you see,
the
Because the beauty
happiest
about
person.
open endings is like it's up to the viewer,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't like the idea of having a completely closed ending. That's why that's one of the reasons why I didn't like Claudette After Story. Spoiler alert for those.
I mean, I like the ending the way it is. I would be content with it, but I think a huge part of the reason why I kind of like the end of the movie is because I almost half expect something else to come out. I definitely agree on Tristan's end here that I feel like there should be more, but I can go either way with it. Really, it kind of depends on the
No, yeah,
day,
like-
also. But it's like
Yeah,
tomorrow,
the only-
ask me again. Maybe I'll.
The
think of a
only
different thing.
not solace that I have about it is that it was written for the sole purpose of having
Being
more.
a sequel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there.
It was written to be a sequel for sequels.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, if they're not going to
Exactly.
make more, what was the point?
and the way I see it, it's like that really just brings the ending down because
Mhm.
I'm just like, if you're really going to just go this whole entire route, just totally throw everything from the series, all the positive messages, throw it out the window, say fuck you to the fandom, don't half-ass it. Just go
do
with
I
it.
sense an end of Ava in here?
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
well, except, well,
I think I
don't-
just pissed. No. I think I just pissed off like the entire Ava fan base when I said that.
Evangelion's a little different in that even the creator doesn't feel like the ending was the ending, and
Yeah.
then he went and
Then the rebuilds happened.
fucking made the rebuild movies, which
Yeah.
is still not over. I still haven't seen 3.3.
I think
I haven't either, but-
what Rebellion proves is that Urobuchi is expendable at this point. Like he is not needed. Like
For
the story.
Madoka, well,
Yeah.
it's the kind of thing of where I don't think fans would accept the Madoka series unless Urobuchi's name was attached to it.
right?
But I don't know if Urobuchi's name will be attached to it because he doesn't feel like it's his series anymore.
No, it will be attached to it because he wrote the script, so he will be created or credited as "quote unquote" original creator. That will be enough
Yeah,
for it.
original.
Well, it
creator,
is
yeah.
his creation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's not like they were adapting something. Those are his characters. So no matter what, he gets paid.
yeah.
But whether or not he's the one that is the script writer for whatever they make next.
But
well,
the thing
that
is now, like
could be.
the Madoka franchise is now its own entity, and
Mhm,
I don't know if
yeah.
that's a good or bad thing, but They better not make any more sequels, please.
But we will find out.
But just end it, please. Just.
I mean, I want to see one more.
It'll be a few years before we find out if they're doing anything.
I want to see one more movie.
Yeah, it's Shaft. They're gonna delay it to hell.
I want to see one more movie.
Hana Monogatari.
I want to see one more movie, but if it ends here, or like if it's stuck in this limbo for a while, I honestly would be fine with that.
I'm indifferent to it.
Yeah.
So I'm the only one that actually would like really wants another one.
More or less, yeah.
Well then.
Jeanne, what are your opinions on this?
Yeah, Jeanne.
If there is another movie that comes out, I won't watch it anyway.
So, Connor, I have a little question to ask you. And I know what's gonna be.
Uh-huh.
What did you think of the music?
Oh. Well, unfortunately, it's actually been a while since I've really, before this cast, I tried to rewatch it, but I only got a half hour in, and the last time I watched it was back in, December or January, so I don't have, the best recollection of the music. But, obviously, I, for one, am, Yuki Kaja, along with Tristan. But I thought it was really good.
Just the name
Yeah,
alone.
I just don't have the best recollection of it right now. I can't remember if I liked it more or less than the series, or if it was more or less just kind of the same.
I think I like the atmosphere of the music for the movie a lot better than I like the show. But the show had individual tracks that I liked more overall.
Yeah, she remixed them, didn't
Actually,
she?
wait, no. The Tiro duet, where Madoka and Mami were together. Did they combine the two tracks together?
Yes, they
I
did.
think so.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
She remixed a lot of the character tracks.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
I think the best.
And I think my favorite music from the movie is all those times where it's not really focused on the characters. The camera's just kind of panning, but you just hear this little bell in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I even my favorite thing was the round table song.
Oh my god.
The Keiki song.
Watashi wa raspberry.
Raspberry. Oh my god. That scene.
Oh my god.
If there was any scene out of the entire franchise that was just
I was just
so out there, so
Look,
out of place.
I was with my,
it was right there.
I was with my cousin Rob, right? And we were just at the screening, and they're doing the song, and I just turned to him, and I'm like, this is fucking adorable.
I watched it for the first time. I watched it for the first time. I was just like, what in the hell is happening to me?
What the hell?
And of course the LP done by Claris.
Yeah.
Yep.
The former Claris.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's depressing.
Well, it's for good reason, so Godspeed.
Yep.
But yeah.
I think some of the best tracks are during the subtle parts where you could hear the French accordion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was some of the best parts. Because you guys know how I feel about Kajira. Like, she's good for what she is, but it's getting to the part where she's very formulaic, and you could tell immediately like, what she does. Like, if you hear violence,
as much of a fan as I am of her,
it's Kajira. if you hear male choirs, electric guitars, and rock, it's Sawano.
As much of a fan of Kajira that I am, I do realize that her music's getting kind of samey. It's one of the reasons why when people are just like, well, why don't you ever talk about like the Fate Zero music? And I'm like, because the Fate Zero soundtrack never really did anything for me. It really didn't.
With the
So
exception
Fate
of
Zero
like,
soundtrack took a lot from Karno Kyokai, and
yeah,
I
which is
disagree with
probably
that,
why.
but we're getting off topic here.
Yeah. But no, well, we're still talking about Ichi's
yeah.
still Yuki.
Let's not go there.
That you can somehow tie that in. Somehow. Yeah. But it's like Yuki Kajira is one of those composers where if you have a very specific sound that you want and it's that sound that she's good at, she's the best person for it.
Exactly.
But unlike some of my other favorite composers for anime, she doesn't really have a wide range of styles per se.
yeah, she tends
Not
to
really,
focus
just-
on one thing and does really well with it.
She's not like Yoko Kanno, who has a different musical style every time she makes something.
Yeah.
That's why Yoko
Yoko
Kanno will
Kanno-
always be better.
Yoko Kanno does everything.
Yeah.
Reeling in the bait.
Kids on the slope,
Yoko
man.
Kanno's also very hit and miss.
Yeah.
But when she hits,
Kids on the Slope, though. Like,
Hey, that was a good soundtrack.
that was a fantastic soundtrack. I loved it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Adolescence Upon a
That
New
was a
Climb.
good series
Yes.
too.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know if we're trying to prolong this till Jeanne gets back, or if we're just kind of
So,
and with that, I think we're
we're
I think
rambling.
we're
yeah.
We need to
It-
go.
I'm pretty content with this. Like, I don't have anything else to add. I don't think.
Yeah.
okay.
Madoka Magica
so-
was a movie.
Oh, she's back.
Madoka Magica was pretty good. Some of us liked it, some of us didn't.
There's the Madoka Rebellion podcast for you guys. I'm Jeanne from Anime Appraisal.
Jeanne, you
and with
had
me
such
today-
great arguments. Bravo, bravo.
Yeah.
Yes.
With me
Perfect.
today, I had Sooin. No, I had my lovely Podtaku co-host,
Oh.
Bucky Sooin.
This is a statement.
Tristan from Arkada from Glass Reflection,
Stay frosty.
and I had Sooin from SICnanigans.
Jeanne loves me more.
And then I had Ken from FullCircleReviews.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, and then
Or did
we
you?
had Connor from Fiction Reviews.
I'm always the last one to get talked to.
Well, you were fictional.
Yeah, you're like the
Indeed.
afterthought.
Yeah. Fuck you.
You're like the
Fiction
appendix.
reviews after story.
Omono-chan,
This was
助けて。
J-Taku.
Daijoubu nai!
大丈夫ですか、Omono-chan?
Daijoubu nai, Madoka-chan!
My God.
Omono-chan,
Okay, we're done.
助けです。
Yeah.
I'm
We're done? We did
Don't
it!
watch.
Yeah!
Don't watch this one.
大丈夫ですか、Omono-chan?
No.